I mentioned at the turn of the year that one of my big goals of the year, was to get over my fear of loud environments and to, well, when it's safe to do so, go on a vacation to Las Vegas. Well, one of my other goals, kind of the polar opposite of it, is to get over my fear of silent moments, if you will. I have a difficult time when I'm negotiating with somebody. So I got to practice this today. I had to call, I'm getting my something in my car repaired. I had to call the shop to see if they might be able to schedule something earlier. The shop did mention that they might have a cancellation, and so I called to check up on them. And I remember thinking to myself, part of the reason I sometimes speak too fast when I'm talking on the phone is that I have a fear that the call might end. And I remember looking at the hours of the car repair shop, and I realized that there's plenty of time to call back, even if they hang up. That was the number one concern for me. So I let the mechanic do all the talking. Now, back in May of 2020, I had an experience with my boss that really highlighted maybe I shouldn't talk so fast. What had happened was that, well, obviously, the pandemic had made a turn for the worse. And at my job as a professor, my pay had been cut. And he said it on the phone. And as he was saying it, obviously my heart's sinking. And I'm thinking, how do I respond to him about what I plan to do? And he's jabbing away about why my pay is cut and all that. And I wanted to bring up some things that I had recently contributed to the organization, right? And so I interrupted him, and then I realized maybe I shouldn't have interrupted him. I went, well, and then I stopped, right? I recently did this, but before I got to say everything, I stopped because I wanted him to continue. Well, my boss is very wise. He didn't continue after that. See, I really should have let him jab away because he might have made a concession, right? Well, your pay is cut, but how about we offer you this vacation time or whatever, right? Who knows what he might have said. Or B, he might have made a mistake as he's jabbing away, right? I really should have let him continue. After I briefly interrupted him, he wouldn't continue, and he made me say the next thing. I mean, he didn't force me to, but he made the flow of the conversation force me to say something next. I run into that a lot. Earlier today, as I was talking to the car mechanic, I kept remembering that experience, and so I got some concessions negotiating with the mechanic, so that's good. And one of the challenges when I'm talking with somebody over the phone, over Zoom, is that it makes it hard to identify any sort of hidden language, if you will, right? One of the things I love this year is that I'm wearing a mask when I go out, and sometimes it hides some of what I'm feeling, right? So when I finally do go to the mechanic, I have a mask on, and really I'm laughing at him about something he's saying. He doesn't see that, and sometimes that really is to my advantage. Especially out here in Montana, there's a lot of people who are against wearing a mask. And so I get to see their emotions. They don't get to see mine, and it feels like an advantage. I guess I'm at a higher risk from them. Apparently, the mask is to prevent the person wearing it from spreading, right? But I get all the social benefits out of it, right? I'm willing to make that trade, so that's good. But more importantly, I need to get over my fear of when things go silent. Lately, I've been practicing what I call the 6-second rule. You know, when somebody finishes, mentally I count to 6. I call it practicing some conversational distancing, right? That's why I chose 6, by the way. And sometimes it helps because sometimes I come up with something better to say during the 6 seconds, but sometimes the other side keeps jabbering away during those 6 seconds, right? So two different benefits that I sometimes get when I practice conversational distancing, right? Thanks for watching.